What is going on, folks? It's your man Jay, and this is the front camera on the Galaxy A51. Now, this is the camera review. Now, I did in my initial video do some footage with the phone, real quick snippets. The 4K is, I think, very impressive. The 1080p obviously is really impressive. You can shoot wide angle with either one. All the cameras have a wide angle, and then you have that ultra wide on the rear. The audio, I'm looking at the viewfinder. I'm just amazed at how this affordable phone can have cameras and microphones like this. Now, if you've never experienced the A line from Samsung, it's ultimately the S line for another country, not the non-US, basically. That's the way I would describe it, because, but the difference is it costs a lot less than half of what the S line costs, and then the processors are not flagship processors, if you will. But you know, this phone is absolutely stunning in performance and the cameras. And this will just have to be more than a camera review. This is a follow-up using the phone. This is the front camera. Like I said, this phone is awesome. You know, I knew once I saw the A51 and the A71, based on my experience with the A70, I knew that this line would be great, but I just couldn't imagine how great it would actually be. So, you know, the OnePlus 7T is one of my favorite phones. So, just to demonstrate here, the OnePlus 7T can only shoot 1080p on the front. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to start recording on both. Let me see if I can do this here. Actually, you know what? I probably could hold it over here. Yeah, I could do it like this, because I want to get this. I don't want to stop the video. I want to go back and forth between the videos. So now I'm recording with and the OnePlus may be a little shaky because it's not on a tripod. But the quality from the OnePlus, can you understand the difference in quality that you can get? This is the A51 and this is the OnePlus 7T. And the reason I bring this phone to the surface, because I think this is a great competitor for this device. A lot of people have asked already, hey Jay, you know, OnePlus 7T or the A51. The short answer is the A51. It costs less. It's about half the cost, actually. As a matter of fact, it is. It's $300. It's $300. The OnePlus 7T is $600. The A50 has better cameras, front and rear. Even though it doesn't shoot in 60 frames per second, it's still better than this 7T. And that is just incredible for real. So I'm going to go and stop the OnePlus 7T, but I had to show you just what I'm talking about in here. I'm more than impressed with the Galaxy A51. Someone made kind of a joke in another video and said, I take it you like the A51 over the Galaxy Fold. You doggone right. This is a huge 6.5-inch display. It's a flat display. It's glass. It's just hot, man. The phone itself is a really good phone. Now, there are some limitations to recording in 4K on the front. It is limited to 10 minutes. But, you know, that is neither here nor there. You can definitely kick out some fantastic footage in 10 minutes. And a vlog for most people is about 10 minutes or less sometimes, depending on what you're talking about. So I had brought my DSLR down. I was going to shoot some footage, and I'm going to shoot some footage. But, you know, I just find it interesting to know, and I want to know why Samsung has these great microphones, these great cameras, these great prices, this great build quality, this performance. It's got Android 10. It's on the December security patch. It's got all these things, and they're not allowing us to have officially in the U.S. Now, the A50 line came to the U.S., A20, A50, you know, not the A50 line, but the A50, the A20, the A10, the A10e, those came to the U.S., but I don't think they're messing with this, man. You know, I love to import phones and get phones in. And some people ask which seller I got this from. Folks, just look on eBay. And the reason I tell you that is because eBay sellers sometimes are kind of shisty. And I don't trust a lot of eBay sellers. And I try to limit myself when it comes to phones not to spend more than like 350, 400, maybe 500 tops. Because I've had some bad experiences. So, I really enjoy this phone. It's the perfect size. It's a little bit smaller than the 7T. It's good. It's just all there, man. It's hard to believe that this phone actually costs $300. Now, when I bought mine, it was $314, and I went back to that seller, and they dropped it down even less than that. So, you just put a Samsung Galaxy A51 on eBay, you will find several for $300, guaranteed, or less, depending on when you're watching this video. But the great part about this front camera is I'm sitting really close. I'm sitting less than an arm's length away, and I'm not even shooting in the ultra wide. You can shoot in a wide angle on the front and the rear. You just have to adjust the button. You can't do it while you're recording with 4K, so you have to adjust it before you start recording. But I think it's fantastic. I'm sitting super close to the phone on the tripod, and it's fantastic. It's incredible. I just can't believe that this is coming from this phone. But I can only brag and boast on it so long. Some people are going to ask this or this or this. If you're asking me about phones that are more than the A50 and you like that phone, depending on what it is, I'm going to tell you to grab the A50. Because this, ultimately, folks, is the new Galaxy S9. This is the new Galaxy Note 10 Lite. This design is exactly what they look like, straight up. And so the A line, that's why it's so appealing to me, because this is all a person needs. This is all a consumer technically needs. It's that good. I mean, you're looking at the footage yourself. You're hearing the audio. No edits on this. I'm just going to probably filter in that OnePlus video. But nothing done to mess with the footage on this phone. These cameras are great. Let me show you some of the rear camera. I'm going to show you some footage with the rear camera. That's incredible. All right, so here's the rear camera. I mean, this is fantastic, man. This is the follow-up. You know what I'm saying? I can only give so many videos, but this phone is hot. And so the cameras, I was so impressed at what I saw in the first video I did. I thought, man, and I do this from time to time. I'll do a camera review and just only use the phone, just shoot a video like this with the phone. So just to show you, and the reason I do this is because this is how I'm going to use the phone. I'm going to use it for YouTube, for blogs, and just, different stuff. I'm not going to use it for too much of anything else besides like regular day-to-day use. Really curious to show you about the battery, because the battery is a 4,000 milliamp hour battery in this phone. And that's going to be extremely impressive. It's a lot to cover, but I can tell right away if I'm going to like a phone, after the hype, After the hype. This is after the hype. And I'm telling you, this phone is fire. If you don't buy it, you're not looking for a good deal from Samsung. Straight up and down, son. You're not looking for a good deal from Samsung. Straight up. This is one of the hottest offerings at Samsung. I would take this over an S10 or an S10 Plus. The A71 is probably definitely a better purchase than any of the S line. And I remember last year when I said that, Cass was like, or the beginning of this year possibly, I think it was. No, Jay, you know what you're talking about. Is the processor inside of the S line is better. When will you guys learn, man? When will you learn? I think that comes from following the tech community too hard, and you lose focus on what's really should be important to you, which is the performance, the battery, the cameras, the software. Who cares about if it's got the fastest or highest processor, a number inside? Those benchmarks, I have yet to see an average consumer benchmark their phone. Like literally buy a phone, get into it and start checking the specs, checking to see what the benchmark score is going to be. Haven't seen that yet. It's out there. I just haven't seen it. I'm going to switch back to the front so I can finish this video. All right, so there it is, man. 4K footage, straight gangster on this phone, like none other. It's incredible how beautiful this phone produces camera footage. I can take photos and take a bunch of photos of little colorful things, just do a bunch of stuff. But would it really mean anything to you to a point to where you're going to be looking at the dynamic range and all this other stuff? Probably not, man. Again, consumers. This video is targeting people who are looking for an affordable phone, who wants a Note 10, who wants a Galaxy S10, S10 Plus, who wants one of those phones, and you don't want to spend the money. That is where the A line comes in. Yes, sir. Like Tana. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's where the A line comes in. The A line is a logical choice, folks. I would never lie to you about this stuff. And remember, I didn't review the Galaxy Fold, and I wasn't impressed, man. Kind of a mild catch and release for me, if you want to know the truth. I'm impressed, but not that impressed. Not for $2,000. Well, Samsung is offering phones like this. And I think this is the best way to demonstrate it to you. I can get all fancy and do a bunch of B-roll. It doesn't mean anything. It's a low light setting. You know what I'm saying? You can see the tree. You can see just different, it's this is what it is. I'm just sitting down here shooting a video, and you get to listen to the audio and check out the footage and tell me what you think. Anyway, it's your man Jay. That's the cameras right now. Compared to the OnePlus real quick. It's killing the OnePlus if you ask me. I'm out.